KDB. KDB.
KDB.
KDB. KDB. KDB. KDB.
Beats Planet.
What's up, y'all? What's the business? Y'all doing all right? Everybody good? Look at me, Will, still looking like a media member, looking like a reporter now, stacking my papers on camera and setting them down firmly. Media vibe. Hold on, wait, because they thought it was a game, Will, still. They thought I was bullshitting, Will, still. They thought we was playing. When I let them know that the volume is going places, I mean the volume is going places. Sick help. You understand me? And look, Will said, I've been fighting this idea of YouTube being media people for a long time. I've been fighting it. They're like, oh, Voch, you media. And I say, nah, man, I'm just YouTuber, man. I just, da. And they kept saying, yo, Voch, you with the volume, you media. And I say, no, I just bump shoulders with, Richard Sherman and Kyle Hurd shit. This ain't about, this ain't about nothing. And I'd be like, yo, Voch, you media, man. I'll just be like, yeah, probably. Probably. Because look,
new media, according to our co-worker,
our colleague. Hey, Will. Our colleague Draymond Green. Yeah, man, we new media now, but Will, me and you talk about this all the time. I had to sit back, right? I had to sit back and think about it. I say, I'm just a YouTuber. But then I think about all this money that comes into being media. I'm like, I'm media now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that bread, Will. Still, hey, I appreciate y'all for being here. I got a little more energy today, man. Y'all notice my bad, y'all. We just trying to give y'all a cool little show today. This is the draft show. I don't want to just call it that because a lot of shows call that shit the draft show. But this is the this Voch Lombardi draft talk. Cool.
All 32.
The all 32.
Love it.
That's the name. That's it, Will. Still. The all 32 show. We do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We did a position cleanup on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi last week. Last week it wasn't Sunday. That's when we watch offensive linemen. But we wanted to tackle the day 3 edges, or at least all the day 3 edges I'm going to watch, right? Now, if somebody slipped through the crack, if it's maybe one more edge, if the Cowboys talk to somebody, maybe I'll watch that edge, but I think I've watched enough edges to cover my bases, and I think enough edges to get me through the 7th round. I want to talk about some of those guys today, some of my findings, some good and most bad, but I just want to talk to y'all about some of the things that I've picked up on. So I appreciate y'all for being able to tune in today. I'll save that after the intro. What's up, Will Steele? My guy, we are being point guarded by the best in the business, Master William Steele. What's good with you, sir?
Are you not entertained?
What's good, bro?
Are you not entertained?
I never asked you about WrestleMania because you big on the wrestling, and I'm not as huge on the wrestling. You know what I mean? Some of my homeboys hit me up, said, yeah, if I know the WrestleMania 2 nights now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, yeah, WrestleMania. But I thought WrestleMania was on last night. But it's 2 nights now. And the one thing that I always ask him is, okay, well, who from my era gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know none of the new people. So, I saw Rey Mysterio ride in with Snoop.
Yeah, that was dope entrance.
Who's living a better life than damn Snoop Dogg right now? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's doing better than him. But did you see Snoop drop the elbow? In slow motion, look. You can look. I look at Snoop being, look at Snoop being the youthful old dude right now. But boy, he looked like an old man.
Bro, did you see him go against the rope like this? Against the rope like this.
He bounced off that shit, didn't he?
I cried. I cried. WrestleMania was fantastic, but Raw after Mania sucked. But WrestleMania was great.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but cool. I wanted to check in with you about that yesterday, but I forgot. You know what I mean? We had such a good time on the show. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I did see some clips of the wrestling, so that's that. Cowherd was there. Will still hit me up.
Yeah, man, he was sitting right behind the announcer table.
Well, Will said that's where the rich people sit. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you was there one time, so that's.
Well, I got lucky, but that was unbelievable.
You ain't got to tell them that, Will. So you got to say all that.
Right? Yeah, I was 4 rows behind. Drop the bag.
We get money. We get money at the volume. Oh man! If any of y'all follow me on Twitter, in which y'all should, VOCHLOMBARDI on Twitter. And I ain't trying to talk my shit.
Nah, talk your shit.
But I got my very first per Voch Lombardi scoop today. You know what I mean? This is me leaning into the idea that I'm a media guy, and media is something that has taken over my life. At first I was just a YouTuber, but we'll see. I'm not gonna hold you. Let me just tell you some arrogant shit I did. I was at the dealership, right? I was getting a new whip, and they was asking, "Hey man, so what you do for a living?" I was like, well, I was. Well, I'm a broadcaster, commentator, analytics expert for the Volume Sports Network. It's Colin Cowherd's network on YouTube. Draymond Green's on there, Richard Sherman, Darius. Have you heard of it? He was like, what? He was like, what? So mind you, I am leaning into this media thing a little bit, but I did my first per Voch Lombardi scoop today. Will McDonald, the forward from Iowa State University, I can confirm that he is a Cowboys 30 visit, an official Cowboys 30 visit. This is important. And then look, this ain't Cowboy Day. This is all 32 day for sure. But I'm a fucking Cowboy fan, and I'm a Will McDonald fan. You feel me? So this is big news. This is huge news, also because we're daily getting new names to the 30 visit list.
Yeah,
still, and the more names that we get, the more we can kind of figure out what they're looking for per round. Right now, round 1, I don't see no tight ends on that list. That's like round 1 guys. I see wide receivers. I see edge guys. We see guard. So we'll have to cross that road later on, but we just narrowing down what this possibly may be. And one day Brian Broad is gonna lean forward. Hey, y'all needed to watch some film on the kid from Iowa State. It's probably gonna be him. But until then, I just wanted to add this to the conversation. I just want to add this to the list of clues of guys that we need to be aware of. So I mean, and look, I put this out per Voch Lombardi. Per Voch Lombardi, but maybe the rest of the Twitter machine gonna catch up a little bit. The tweet has a couple retweets on it, so it's cool. But if anybody else say this shit, tell them where they got it from. Go ahead, Will.
I said, it will. It'll catch up.
Yeah, it'll definitely catch up.
And when articles and everything, bro.
Yeah. So that is what that is. But hey, Will Steele, we've been talking about 26 overall pick. I know this all 32, but 26 is a part of that. Definitely. We've been having conversation about this. We're going to keep talking about the 30 list, and later on we're going to talk about my day 3 edges. Don't go anywhere, please. Is that kind of what is looking like to you? That is looking like we're not looking for edge necessarily, but if he's there, that can be in the conversation, you know, and wide receivers. But hey, we're not counting out short wide receivers, right? What are some of these clues that you're seeing so far on this 30 list that the Cowboys are putting together, bringing guys in so far? What are you seeing?
I think the most is the word alarming too much, but the most noticeable one is that the Cowboys are kind of shedding that, you know, smaller wide receiver tag for the sake of explosiveness. I think they learned their lesson last year, man. You know, it's one thing to go into the season without Amari Cooper. It's another thing to replace him essentially with Noah Brown, ACL Michael Gallup, Dennis Houston, Jalen Tolbert, guys you would not categorize as explosive. And then you lose Tony Pollard, right, in the playoffs. So they're probably looking at it as, all right, you know, we need to add some guys in here to add some explosiveness to them, and we don't give a damn what their size is. So when you go look at, you know, Josh Downs, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell, they traded for, you know, Brandon Cooks, and then they signed T.Y. Hilton. This dates back to the middle of the season. They're willing to sacrifice their kind of traditional size parameters to get what they don't have in this offense, and that's explosiveness, man.
What I do like though, Will, still is that they're trying to get faster as an offense, but they're not just banking on any old fast dude, right?
Linear speed. They looking for explosiveness, right? Like quickness and football speed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because like for every, I don't know, Will Fuller or whatever, right? There's 35 Tutu Atwells. There's Corey Coleman's. You know what I mean? There's Jalen Hyatt. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. John Ross guys, right? There's a lot of guys that's fast to be fast. But what I like about it is if we're gonna get faster, at least show me the dudes that are complete wide receivers. Some of the dudes, you know, the dudes that run routes and catch well. That they can play outside and inside. I heard somebody say, man, I don't think Zay Flowers is a slot only guy. I disagree. If you watch his film, Zay Flowers played everywhere. And I do think it's gonna be package dependent, formation dependent, because I do think going away from CeeDee Lamb in the slot is a bad idea for the most part, but we're going to be moving CeeDee Lamb around. He's not just going to be in one place. And hey, when he's not occupying the slot, when he's, you know, doing X or Z things, then that's when your brand new rookie wide receiver steps in or something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like. At some point though, Will, still what we have to do is we have to look at this team that we feel like the Cowboys are constantly turning over stones. We always talk about that.
Yes.
What does that mean for the dudes that's on the roster already when you bring these draft picks in? Because the first thing that I thought about, you know, we were just talking about this, right? Okay, cool. Well, let's just say Zay is the pick, right? Boston College wide receiver Zay Flowers. If he is the pick, what happens with Gallup immediately? Because people hate to sit draft picks, right? I get that. What happens to Gallup right now? We always talk about Semi and Turpin, those guys leaving. I get that. But what happens to the guys that play on the field? Because Cooks ain't going nowhere. Lamb ain't going nowhere. Gallup is the guy that gets moved around. What does that mean for Gallup, Will?
Competition, baby. Because think about it, Gallup ain't got no competition.
Right.
He has none. And he's got something to prove. So it's competition. Now, the one thing he may have going for him is he would be the only true X receiver that they probably believe in at this moment. So, you know, he'll have that. But boy, it'd be a fight, right? Like I'm not complaining about it if that happens. However, if you're talking about for the future, you know, not just 2023, that might be an indication that unless Gallup goes nuclear, he out of here.
But boy, Gallup gonna have to go crazy to keep his
very similar to Zeke.
In order for the Cowboys to keep Gallup over Brandon Cooks, is what you're saying, right? Because Brandon Cooks we can still possibly get out of that. But if Gallup goes absolutely crazy, we have more invested in him than Cooks. So if you draft a dude, you got Lamb, you got Gallup. I don't see us moving on from Lamb or anything like that. Cooks would be the guy that you have to move on from, right?
Or you don't move on from anyone.
Just keep all four of them. I like that.
Unless you cap struck and you just absolutely need Gallup's money. Yeah. But the reason why I say similar to Zeke, I don't mean their situations, just that I felt like if Zeke didn't go nuclear, and even if he did, it was going to be tough for him to stay just based off the financials and whatnot. it would be similar with Gallup, right? Like he would have to go nuclear if they draft a receiver in round 1.
Mhm.
He's the one on the chopping block to me. But you make a good point. You know, he got a 5-year deal, and Cooks they just traded for. But don't we think Cooks is better than Michael Gallup?
Yeah, for sure.
so-
I think when people talk about we got 2 number 1 receivers, I think Cooks is closer to that than Gallup. Like Cooks got many more 1,000-yard seasons. Cooks has been much better with worse quarterbacks. I think Cooks is a much better route runner. Cooks is top speed guy. I think Cooks is better than Gallup.
So
Cooks ain't never had a hands problem to me. So yeah.
So he would need Cooks to fall off as well as play well. So that's a tough spot.
Boy, you praying for a lot, Gallup.
That's
boy.
a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, last thing before we move on to the day 3 edges.
Yeah.
What's nuclear to you? Like 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns? Or is that just regular good year?
That's a career year for Michael Gallup. Sure. For Michael Gallup, yeah. If he gets 1,206, you got to start thinking of some things. Maybe you trade Michael Gallup as opposed to June 1st cut if you're really looking to get off him. But if he goes 12-6, I'm really not trying to get rid of him if the money all works. Let's keep all 4. Think about it. If he goes 12-6, Cooks is probably going 8-6.
Right.
Lamb is going 15 probably.
For sure.
You know, I don't know what Zay would do if he were to draft Zay. Maybe I hate to use this word, but get injured because that's a lot of yards.
Yeah, it's a lot. Unless we're gonna do like my man Kenny Lott say, 5,000 passing yards from Dax. Boy, we got 3,000 yard receivers and 1,000 yard tight end, and Tony Pollard got 1,000 yards receiving. Boy, like
I think a solid year for Michael Gallup is about 800, 5 touchdowns.
Of course,
I would look at that as a really good year for him in this situation.
Who has a better receiving year next year, Gallup or Jake Ferguson?
Ooh, I think that's a TBD, right? What if they draft a tight end in round 1?
They better not draft no goddamn thing.
Or early, round 1 or 2. That changes things. But let's hold that. Put a pin in it.
Let's put a pin in that. All right, let's get into some all 32 talk. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there for my Cowboy talk. Hey man, what y'all want me to do? I decided to look at the remaining edges that I have not looked at. Let me just run through who we have watched prior to my edge day that day. Will Anderson, edge from Alabama. And mind you, chat, if y'all need me to give like a report on any of these guys, just say so in the chat. And, we'll have this conversation. Chat box is saying Jake Ferguson is going to have the better year than Gallup, by the way. That's interesting. We talked about Will Anderson Jr. from Alabama. We talked about Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, in which we dropped his Twitter film session today. And we have a film session on YouTube. Y'all go check it out for both those guys. You have Edge 1, Nolan Smith. It's not official yet, but y'all know how it go. Nolan Smith. Edge like 6 for me, or like 5, Miles Murphy from Clemson. That's interesting. This is the first time I've seen Nolan Smith ranked higher than Miles Murphy. This is PFF's mock. Their big board. So Nolan is 21st and Miles Murphy is 22nd. That's interesting. First time seeing that. Will McDonald, our new friend here.
Had a farm.
Right. He's ranked 29th on PFF's big board. So that's right around us. That's fun. Let's see. Felix Uzoma from Kansas State. We watched BJ Ojulari from LSU. From Northwestern, we watched him. We watched him in his last one. We watched him all right, cool. And we watched Nick Herbig. I think he's gonna be a day 3 guy at the end of the day here. And Isaiah Foskey was another guy that we watched earlier. So now what I did on my cleanup episode, right? On the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, where we just, break down the film in full. If you want to see, the actual reaction to some of these players, the full breakdown, some of these players, go to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Appreciate y'all. So the first player that we watched that day, Will Steele, was we watched Tuli Tuipulotu from USC. Now, Will, I'm just gonna assume that this is gonna be a day where I just kind of take over. I don't expect you to know much about Isaiah McGuire. You know what I'm saying? But at any minute, if you want to just stop me because you've seen these players, just holler at me. We can talk about it. All right?
Gotcha.
Man, Will finna be on his phone. He finna be playing.
Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm gonna be looking up stuff, doing some work. Hey, yeah, you're right, Voch. Yeah, go ahead, man. Great play. Good call.
Catch your ass slipping. Will you got some on it?
Exactly.
You got some on it? Look, chat. Y'all know I be catching on like, Will, you got some on it? And he'll be like,
What'd you say?
Nah, no, I don't. Nope. You got it, but I ain't got nothing. That pause give it away, bro. All right. Tuioti from USC. The first thing I thought about him, was he's a raw player, a not very refined player. Also, he's 48th on PFF's list, so that'll make him a second round pick. I think second round is a little too high for him. Now, chat, let's play along here, right? We ain't doing nothing else. This me looking at Will Steele. This me looking at the phones, in which y'all can feel free to call in. We'll talk about this later. This me looking at the chat, so I'm looking dead at y'all. I got two chats pulled up just in case, right? If y'all have any thoughts about the players, let me know too, because I've been interacting with y'all. Tuioti is not a guy that I'm taking in the 40s. You know, I look at him as a very raw player, and when I look at these raw players, because I'm floor guy, right? You're either floor guy or you're ceiling guy, right? I like my guys to be a little more refined. I like technique. I like nuance. However, if you're simply relying on your athletic ability, I need your athletic ability to be ridiculous, right? I need you to have some high level athletic ability to carry your lack of nuance. You can't just be a regular athlete and lack nuance in the pass rush department, in the run game department, stopping the run, things like that. Tuioti, in my opinion, is a guy that leans on his athletic ability. But it's not like he's not a Tyree Wilson type character where, okay, well, Tyree can lean on his athletic ability. He can do that. Nolan Smith can lean on his athletic ability, but he got nuance. Will McDonald can lean on his athletic ability, but he got nuance. Tuioti does not have a whole bunch of nuance to me, right? I saw him as a guy that gets up the field. He beats guys with effort, but he don't really beat guys with hands. Once he gets blocked, he just kind of stays blocked, you know? So, you know, when I see guys like that, I call him a traits guy. Cool, nothing wrong with a traits guy, but when I see traits guys typically go in the 4th round. They go day 3 somewhere, right? So if he's an early 4th round dude, that's what makes more sense to me. I'm sorry. Buster, I'm not gonna read that out loud, sir, because I don't even know if that's real. I'm not even gonna read that, Danny Savage. I don't even know if that's real.
Day 3, Danny.
Will, if you just read that name slowly, don't read it out loud. That's definitely a fake name, and I'm not reading it out loud.
Well, Central State, Ohio. That's all I needed to see.
Put me on mute, Will. Still.
Boom. Go ahead. Yeah. You know I'm terrible. Oh, you're back on now. You know I'm terrible with names, so I skipped it and read North whatever state undrafted free agent. I said
yeah,
but then I read the name. I'm like, yeah, no, don't do that. He tried to get you.
Try to get me. Bosh, too good for that, sir. Appreciate you though. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Tuioti, but hey, if we take him in the 5th round or something, if he falls to the 5th or the 6th, I won't hate it because then the value makes a little bit of sense to me. I just don't see him as a guy that's going to get carried by his athletic ability alone. Will Steele, you ever seen Karl Brooks from Bowling Green?
So when I saw this morning that you brought him up,
yeah,
I decided to go check him out. Found out my guy actually had Karl Brooks film already loaded up. So I did some research and watched a little bit of him. This is a weird dude, man.
He's a fascinating player, ain't he?
Is this a defensive tackle playing defensive end? Like not like tweener. No, this dude is like a defensive tackle and he be standing up.
Will, he's 308 pounds and he plays in 2 places. He plays head up on the center or he plays standing outside the tackle.
Yeah, standing. That's what I'm saying. He's standing up.
He skips A and B gap. This motherfucker skipped 2 gaps to either not even hand on the dirt edge guy. He's standing at edge or he's over the center. He is so fascinating, Will Steele. And look, he's a big dude. He's 308 pounds. But look, when he's on the edge, he ain't bendy as my favorite characters. But he ain't slow as a 308 pound character.
He twitchy for a defensive. You know, he's not. You know, Kalijah Cansey, right? Kalijah Cansey. He's not him, but he's 25 pounds heavier. and got some twitch to him when he's rushing the passer. It's very interesting.
Man, I'm watching this character, and you know, for anybody that's been watching me for a while, y'all know I love to just put people in B gap for no reason. Like if you this size and you this archetype or whatever, I put these edge guys in B gap all the time. Y'all be trying to make people big edge guys. That's cute. But I think we have a lack of really good 3 techs, a lack of under tackles in the league. This character will still. He was the only dude on this list, like him and 2 other people, that I actually liked. I don't know what round he go though. I don't know what round he goes because his athletic profile for a 3 tech would have you believe, oh, he can go to the 2nd round somewhere, right? But he's a very unrefined player, right? You know how I feel about unrefined players, that are trace players. They may go day 3 somewhere. Do you see this big ass child
Right
standing up at edge?
It reminds me of Big Baby Davis playing football.
Well, we'll still on my Patreon when I watched this, right? The last dude I saw that was tall and was strong that can play 0, 1, and somehow be a stand-up edge rush if you ask him to. I was like, man, David Irvin could have done stuff like this. Like when I was watching him, right? I ain't saying that this is David Irvin.
Yeah, he ain't David.
I ain't saying he David Irvin. David Irvin is a little more naturally better. David Irvin is stronger looking. But David Irvin was one of those, I'm 300 some odd pounds, but I do not look that way.
He was,
and it could be because of the height. But Will, I started watching Carl Banks, man, and I started getting interested, man. Like, man, this will be a fantastic 3 tech for you. I think he'll be a 3 tech.
This is a 3 tech I can get behind because I feel like he can defend a little bit better against the run against those big guys.
Yes, for sure. Right. He actually has the size to do it. So we talk about Kancey, right? I don't know how Kancey's 280 is going to translate. That's a real life conversation. Kancey got some good film, but I don't know how that 380 is going to translate or whatever. You can talk to me about this 308-pound character. I ain't gonna say Aaron Donald quickness, man, because I just hate to say the dude name. But when we talk about defensive tackles being quick, that's the first thing that we go to. This dude is quick. And I think somebody told me in my Patreon chat that he used to be like 220 playing linebacker or something.
That would make sense then.
But he got big, but he just holds on to the bigness well. This cat was so interesting. I was like, if he falls just a little bit, you can sign me up for this. You can sign me up for some Karl Brooks and put him in 3. Honestly, Dan Quinn, I like Dan so much. You can let Dan do whatever you want to do with him. But you can sign me up for Karl Brooks.
Fun conversation to have today because earlier today I was talking about Osa and some of these DTs, and I've talked to you a bunch about this. I don't believe Dan Quinn uses the Cowboys defensive tackles like normal defensive tackles around the league because they run so many stunts. The Cowboys run more stunts than anybody in the league by far. And they use the defensive tackles to free up guys. I think Karl Brooks would be perfect for something like this.
This dude running stunts would be boy.
Right, because he can do 1 or 2 things. He can obviously be the stunt man. Right. He's clearing the way for the Micahs and the Dantes and the D-Laws of the world. But Dan could get a little freaky with it and have him fake stunt. And he put a move on in the middle of that shit because he got the ability to do it. Neville Gallimore ain't putting a move on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Only Osa probably could do that, but it looked to me like this character had a better upper body agility than Osa does. Osa has leverage.
And also, too, thing about Neville is Neville didn't, Neville got big as hell, but that wasn't naturally his game though. Like Neville wasn't just naturally big guy. He was slashy Oklahoma dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Karl Brooks seems to be a guy that can do all those things. They can do multiples of those things. So I'm asking you, Will, and I know you ain't got a good answer for him, but this content, I'm gonna ask you anyway. What round do you feel comfortable drafting a guy like that?
Yeah, probably bad person to ask because I don't know all of these edges, right? Like Dane Brugler would be perfect to ask. But from a traitsy guy, I said earlier, after the 3rd round, man, I feel like you're just kind of throwing darts anyway. At this class, so day 3, I feel like it makes sense.
But that's such an interesting dart throw, right? Because when I think about throwing darts in the 4th round, I think about Tuioti, right?
Okay,
just a dude that Tuioti just is not an interesting traits guy because he's not a technique guy. So he's leaning on traits. There's nothing interesting about Tuiot's traits. Karl Brooks's traits are so ridiculous. in terms of like interesting traits is him and like Tyree Wilson, right? Like those are the two dudes that we look at them and go, man, how does this work? You know what I'm saying? I look at Karl, bro. I think you got to bump him up one round early from that third round to me. Go ahead.
I think maybe we don't really see a lot of the well, you said you watched him. Like how many times he lined up as a true 3?
Sure.
And that's where he's going to be, right? Like he's probably going to be a 3 or play some 5 if you get a true 3-4 team nowadays. That's kind of seems to be dwindling. Mm-hmm. It's more multiple defense. So I think you just gotta have a plan. If you view him as a defense end, left defense end, you're probably looking at somewhere mid day 3. But if you view him as, hey, I could put him inside, that value goes up because I've been trying to toss a lot of value to 3 techs, man. I feel like they getting underappreciated these boys out here. So yeah, I think you could bump them up around if you say, hey, this is my 3 tech.
Yeah, because they rare out here too.
Yep.
And also too with Karl Brooks, and I promise you, y'all, we are not gonna talk about some of these other cats as long as this. The interesting thing about Karl Brooks though, right, is I think it's gonna be dependent on what team drafts him.
Yes,
because we know teams suck at this. So somebody will see Karl Brooks as a 300-pound edge dude, and they'll be like, "All right, let's leave him at edge." And I'll be like, "No, don't leave him at it." You know what I'm saying? But like, if you want to be cute on your end game package and like put him at edge, hey man, let's do some funny looking cute shit and put him at edge on end game just to see what happens, right? Just to see him be powerful versus one of these right tackles that ain't powerful, right? But some teams gonna look at him and be like, nah, he's not gonna be a 3 tech for us, or they're gonna look at him and try to put weight on him and try to make him like a true 0 or something. Yeah. Bowling Green put him at 0 because sometimes when you in college they just put their best player at 0. It just kind of is what it is.
This one standing up. That's you gotta laugh because you don't see
308 pounds.
Yeah, you don't see 300 plus pounders standing up like this.
Man. But anyway, so that's what I had to say about Karl Brooks. PFF has him. What PFF got old Karl Brooks? He must be on this page.
I thought John tweeted about him. I think he mentioned him as a day 3 guy.
Yeah. PFF got him at 56 right now. I think
56 edge overall.
No, 56 overall. 56 overall.
56?
56 overall. Yep. On
PFF second round.
On PFF's big board, he's their 56 guy.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
And look, so I think he's ranked under these guys, right? Let's see, where is he at? I think he's a much better player than Andre Carter. I'm just talking about edge guys right now. They got Andre at 52. I think he's much better than Tuli Tuipulotu. They got him at 48. Luke Whippler's a center at 50. I definitely better than Whippler. They got better than Carver. And I don't fool. So you can take Adewatame's athleticism and put him in B gap, but you can't find athleticism for Karl Brooks, his 308-pound body, and put him in B gap. I don't know. That's why we need to have like a real life showcase for these dudes, because I would love to see him and like Jalen Carter in a foot race or something. I want to see which one of them dudes got the fastest cone drill or something, because Jalen Carter is a good moving big dude also, but this motherfucker stands up and bends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm very interested in things like that, but we can move on. But chat, just so y'all know, I am a fan of Karl Brooks. I'll take him in the third round if he's there, and if it's earlier, yeah. I don't know. I just think that it's dudes. If we wiped out at 58, we could talk about it, but whatever. Let's see. Let's move on. I'm about to start shitting on people now, boy, because it went bad after this. But I just want y'all to have my opinions. Let's see. Isaiah McGuire, edge from Missouri. Good body guy. See, he looks like he would be a good player. I ain't had nothing for him. That's all.
Lizzie McGuire, what'd you say?
Yeah. Hey, you seen? We'll talk. We'll talk. I'll send it to you when I go to DJ on the phones real fast. Y'all call it to the show too.
Modern day Lizzie, yes.
Yeah. We'll talk. Y'all can tap into the show if y'all want. 202-926-1127. Access code 309-104. If y'all got something to say. If not, we'll just wrap the show early. I know we was late today, but My bad. Let's see. Who we just talked about? Lizzie. We just talked about Liz. So
Lizzie.
oh, Lizzie. All right, Clemson got a character. I crossed his name. Clemson got a character named KJ Henry, right? Edge guy. I don't think he's very good at all. And I think we need to go back to the episode we did the other day, right? Like, what does the helmet say about the prospect? Clemson really ain't been putting out good D linemen for me, man. Like Dexter Lawrence may be like the guy that like stands out as the best. Christian Wilkins, not Watkins, but because there's a Christian Watkins, a Christian Wilkins, and a Carlos Watkins. And Carlos Watkins was a Clemson guy too, I think. But Christian Wilkins was supposed to transcend 3-tech position. He was one of these. I stand up, I play edge, I play 3-tech, but he wasn't like Karl Brooks.
He's been productive, but I wouldn't classify him as a failure. But he's definitely not.
He's been a really solid player. But I remember when he came out and they was talking about the 3-tech position is brand new with what we got with Christian Wilkins with Miami at the time, and I just haven't seen that from him, but. Whatever, we ain't got to do that. But AJ Henry, just as a Clemson D lineman, boy, you just adding to that reputation, boy. So it's gonna be him and Miles Murphy this year. Not saying it, bro. Not saying it, but he's more of a stand-up outside linebacker guy, more of a wiry, twitchy guy. He just don't know how to beat people. It's all good. Things happen. Mike Morris from Michigan is the guy that I like. Right, he's a bigger dude. Now he's another dude that probably should be playing 3-tech also. I don't know what it is about these dudes. It's like 280, 290 for real, but they taught their coach into letting them stand up. But he's a full-time edge guy, standing up guy. But I think he's a little bigger, so I think it may benefit to actually put his hand in the dirt for it'll probably benefit him to play some 3-tech for real. But out of all the guys that we're talking about today, Mike Morris is a dude that I like, but. Let's see. PFF got him as like 101. I got him a little later than that, man. 101 is like a 4th round pick. He's like a 6, maybe a 6. But anyway, he's the first guy you want off the bus. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Dennis. I appreciate you.
He's saying he's the first off the bus guy. Plays like Tarzan, looks like Jane, or looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane.
Well, if he's talking about Mike Morris, I disagree a little bit. I do think Mike Morris can play. I'm just not drafting him anywhere near like 101. Like he's not a top 100 or a top 120 guy for me. He's better than Lizzie and Henry and some of these other characters that I'm about to name. So so he might be a 5th round pick, something like that, 5th round, but not at 101. There's a running back right around that, right around the area I would probably rather take, but. That's him. Who else was on my edge list? There's a Byron Young from Tennessee on the D line, not to be confused with the Byron Young at Bama that plays 1-tech. He ain't good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move on from him. He ain't good, so I'm just gonna move on.
But YaYa.
Let's talk about it, man.
YaYa.
So Clemson got 2 of these characters, right? And I almost sound racist when I said it. Because they look alike and they got similar names. I was like, oh, they must be cousins. And it sounded racist at first, but they're actually cousins. And they're on the Louisville D line together or whatever. So it's Yazir Abdullah and it's YaYa Diaby. And boy, the chat was telling me, man, people on the social medias, man, they was like, hey, man, Voch, you need to go watch YaYa Diaby and Yazir Abdullah. And I 7th round.
Oh, wow.
PFF got Yazir as 111. PFF got YaYa at 129. I ain't touching none of them in the first 6 rounds.
Just to let y'all know, this was the nice way he said that when I asked about YaYa behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, they may be Cowboys and I got to get interviews from them, but I got to get interviews from these guys. You know, I'm a media Voch now.
Hey, as we think about YaYa, Cowboys drafting him somewhere in the top 3 rounds.
Motherfucker, for what?
Well, still, this is the game that we ended up playing. And mind you, Chad, if you think I'm making any of this up for satire reasons, or you just think I'm trying to be funny, or you think I'm lying and BSing, y'all can go to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Watch it live. I think Kyle Cornett was there. Is he here? Kyle Cornett's in the chat right now. We played a game, Will Steele. It's 2 of them on the D line. That's 50% of the D line. I was waiting on either one of these characters to make a play that I thought was impressive. And we watched, Will Steele. And we watched. And maybe like a running back ran into one of them. Okay, cool. Maybe like somebody fell down and he was the closest guy, so that was logged as a tackle. Fine. Well, when I tell you the whole game we watched, tight ends was blocking the shit. Well, I got certain commandments. I got certain commandments for my edge players. When tight ends blocking you at all, let alone consistently, I don't want no edge dude that a tight end could block. Because as an offensive guy, because I am an offense coordinator at heart, as an offensive guy, my old coach used to always tell me about this. Just game like if you got a tight end that could block a defensive end, man, you could do so much with that, man. You could throw a party. You could throw a party if you neutralize a D end with a tight end.
Look at Kittle of the world and Gronk. That played a big factor. Definitely Kittle.
And boy, Will Steele, I'm just watching these characters. Let me scroll up the beast mode comments so I can deal with him after this. And I'm just watching Will, and I'm like, hey man, if either one of y'all can make a play before this film goes off, I'll download another game so I can watch and further evaluate you. We didn't watch another game after that, Will Steele. These dudes were just uninspiring. One of them's an athlete. I think Abdullah. Shit, the left edge, not 22, but the other one, 6, I believe. So that's Diaby. One of them is a little more.
You're asking me that like I was watching y'all.
I ain't asking you. I ain't asking you. Look, Will Steele, I don't even want to waste your time with this one. Look, you only block. You only watch these guys if Cowboys draft. I don't even want you to go. They did nothing. YaYa is the athlete, so cool. Diaby, so cool. 6, he's the athlete. They just didn't get off blocks. Will Steele, they just did nothing impressive. They got pushed around by tight ends. They got blocked by tackles. They couldn't get off blocks. They couldn't use all this athleticism they got. They couldn't use. And I'm just looking at them like, man, I am out. But somebody was hyping them up, boy. Somebody was like, hey, y'all, one of y'all need to watch Diaby. Man, y'all need to watch no motherfucking Diaby, dog. Y'all need to watch that.
That's what I asked you. I said, man, I'm out here trying to watch Diaby right now. I said,
For what?
you see, you don't need to do that.
Go watch Carl.
Waste your time. I had already watched him. Him loaded in the clip. Yeah.
I don't even want to waste your time. And they cousins, so I just hope they you know what I'm saying, look after each other.
But Carl and YaYa are cousins?
No, YaYa and Yazir.
Oh.
So they both own Louisville.
They sound like they was bad.
YaYa and Yazir, boy.
They sound like
boy, YaYa and Yazir get
we
off
don't
the
want to
bus.
watch them when they was kids.
Yeah, I like baby kids. Yeah, this YaYa Yazir, they twins. No, Will Steele. I don't want.
Okay,
but I don't want to say nothing else about it because they might be Cowboys. We might have to get an interview out of them one day.
If he is drafted, they definitely his walkout music should be YaYa. Who that?
I thought you was gonna say a different song. There's a Kendrick Lamar song called YaYa.
Yeah, I'm going much older than that.
Yeah, I was born 92. Beast Mode says Mafi. I'm assuming he's talking about Antonio. Antonio Mafi is really a 6th rounder. Content creators saying he should be 1st or 2nd round.
What? Who said that?
Beast Mode, I would love for you to call in, sir. I just want to have a conversation with you. Beast Mode, I got all kind of questions for what you just said, sir.
I would love to know what content creators said Mafi's a 1st rounder. Hell, even 2nd. I know we were definitely talking him up the other day, but
yeah.
I even still said what 4? Same thing I said with the other dude, but I was like, if you went 3, whatever. Yeah. But 1st is come on, we doing too much.
Yeah. But Cardo said, hey, look, come on, I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
But why you say he a 6th round pick though? Have you watched his film? Why you say he a 6th round guy? Like why you wanna? Why you say that? Antonio Mafia. Aaron Ball says Mafia's a 4th or a 5th round pick. I hate to disagree, but I want to know why you say that because you said it in a way like he ain't good for real. I would love to know why y'all think this way. I'm curious.
I wonder if it's we talked about this yesterday. The athletic stuff. He's newer to the position. Yeah. Not as refined. Talk about refined. He needs to be refined, but he's a guard. You know, he had guard playing between Tyler and Tyler. Just move people. Yeah. Just move people, and we'll work on it as we go.
Will still, you don't know what this means, but Shaq says Voch got the mirror force on the field. You don't know what that means, but pop, you goddamn right I do.
Well, salute to that saying.
You wasn't outside, Woods.
I was not outside.
You wasn't outside. But hey, man, yeah, if y'all got Mafia as a 6th round pick, I guess I gotta do a film session there. I guess I gotta. This
is the beauty of, sports opinions.
Yeah.
Beast Mode says he's a 5th or 6th round guy. Peter said he reminds me of Larry Allen. Polar opposites.
Such a come on, man.
I love it.
I love that. You punch people in the mouth like Mafia. I want you on my team. Yeah, for sure. Voch, what didn't you like about Young from Bama? Just asking because you say no. He was off my board. Young who from Bama? Who is Young? Byron Young?
Byron Young? Yeah.
From Alabama? I haven't talked about Byron Young from Alabama. I said that Byron Young is like there's 2 Byron Youngs this year. There's him and then there's the Tennessee
Alabama.
Byron Young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's 2 of them, but I ain't say that he trash or nothing like that. We're actually gonna watch him when we clean up tackles. So hey, if you want to see me talk about Byron Young, tackle from Alabama, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Yeah, sure. We're gonna do a D-line cleanup and we're gonna do some more O-line cleanup. So come through. So anyway, moving on. We just talked about the YaYa kids, baby kids. Boy, that was upsetting watching them kids. And I think that's all the edges that I had. Yep, that's all the edges I got. And I shouldn't be watching no more. So I currently got like 15 to 20. Like Cowboys ain't drafting the 25th guy. And if they do, I'll just break them down once they get them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's all I got for y'all today, man. Appreciate y'all. In case y'all have any thoughts and opinions about my thoughts and opinions about the edge guys, there they are. That's me talking about the edge guys. Here we go.
The conference has been locked.
Voch, have you watched tape on Olusegun Oluwatimi? He was the best center in the country.
That's a Michigan kid.
He's definitely talking about the Michigan kid. He was the best center in the country, winning the Outland and Remington Award.
It's false.
I definitely got his film pulled up, but I've seen him in passing, sir. He's no John Michael Smith. So it is what it is. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. My bad. DJ, what up?
Hey, what's going on? Good afternoon.
What's up, Mike?
I can't believe I'm on the phone with the Voch Lombardi from the Volume.
Of course you are.
And also, Skywalker still from A to Z. Oh my God.
Who?
I can't believe it. My whole life is built to this moment.
Let me sign something for you. Let me sign that receipt you got. That Walmart receipt you got. It's gonna be worth some money.
Sam, speaking of signing, the helmet at camp, that was a surreal moment.
That was crazy.
We'll talk about that.
Crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Go ahead though, DJ. My bad.
No, I just wanted to call in and ask, like, of anybody that you heard today, would there be, like, how early could, like, let's say the Cowboys picked them up. Let's say, how early of a round would it take for them to, play, for you to have to play the piano music, so to speak, like you did last year with Tyler Smith? Like,
are there any players that I'm going to watch that'll make me sad at 26?
Not at 26, but I'm just saying, like, of anybody that you mentioned today, who would be, what would be too early for them in your mind? Because since we just had this conversation about Mafi, or y'all did at least. Gotcha. So when would be too early for any of the players that you mentioned today?
besides the Michigan kid, Mike Morris, besides Karl Brooks, besides there's one more dude that I like, I just forgot. Besides those guys, all the rest of them dudes is like fifth and less. So if we take them dudes anywhere like round 3 or something like that, I'm gonna be shitting on Dan Quinn all over again. I'm gonna take back all the good things that I said. I'm like, yo, man, why did you tell these people you want him? Why did you tell these people you want him? You know what I'm saying? But I trust my Cowboys, man. I just trust my Cowboys. Now I'm at a point to where if I disagree with the pick, I'm just gonna watch the film again. And if I do disagree, it'll be a week later. Unless they take Osiris, boy, because fuck it. Boy, I'm out on. Boy, I'm crying if it's Osiris. But yeah, go ahead though.
And then if the Cowboys roll into next season with the current depth that they have at the edge position, if they were to pick up Nick Small, would they purely a pass rusher? Would because they have the depth, Cowboy only conversation for a second.
Yo, DJ so fucking funny, bro. Will Steele, there's this pass rush from Wisconsin character named Nick Herbig, but look, when he started playing bad in the Patreon, DJ called him not Nick Herbig, but Nick Him Small. No, that boy DJ so crazy. But look,
downstairs.
but look, pass rushing, Nick Herbig. But boy versus the run, Nick Him Small, boy. Damn, DJ made me laugh when he said that shit, man. Go ahead, DJ. My bad. I just had to give you some props, man. That was funny, man. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. But this would be more of a Cowboy-only conversation, right? Because they do have that depth. Would it be something that, let's say in the 4th or 5th round, would they consider picking him up just to add to like in game or having another effective pass rusher to keep depth and keep the guys fresh throughout the game?
If you draft Herbig just as a pass rusher or whatever, I don't hate it, but I don't think the Cowboys are in the market for that type of player. I think they like dudes with versatility, like you, and I don't even know neither because they do draft run only guys, so that's interesting. But I don't know. I just don't think that they take pass rush guy, but nothing else. Like you have to be a complete guy, or you got to be like, if you're gonna be a pass rush dude, you need to be like a nuclear pass rush guy, something like that. Yeah. So I don't see them drafting Herbig just to him small, just to come in and pass rush on third down. I don't see that.
Could Herbig pull a Drew Sanders? I know it's tougher to do in the NFL, but
to just go play linebacker. I don't.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. That was like, because of his size, would it transition him to like Will or something like that be in the cards for him possibly?
Well, I think he's so bad versus the run. DJ changed his name, so I don't think so.
Nick Hermid.
Hermid.
He mid.
Him mid.
All right, let's stop.
Him mid. That's his pronouns. Him mid.
Oh, the Herbig family. That's interesting. Love to know that.
Nick Day mid. That's crazy. That's all you got though, DJ? You good?
Yeah, that's all I got. I'll let you go.
Appreciate you, man. Will Steele, he said that shit to Patreon. Patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, by the way. He said versus the run, that boy is Nick Him Small. I
know you lost it.
I stopped the film, Will Steele. I stopped the film, man. Jeez. Ace was here second. Ace is the place for the help for her. What's up, Ace?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
My man. I was just calling in. I saw y'all talking about speakers, and I'm a big Sunbelt guy, so I had a couple in mind for you, a couple of positions in need.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I get to that real quick, I just like to throw out there, I'm fucking really pleased with the Cowboys offseason. You got yourself set up for, dude, they could take the BPA at like 6 or 7 different positions. And that's dream worthy in our eyes. How long we've been longing for them to do something in free agency, but a couple guys I got in mind, man. I like I like Kuntz, Zach Kuntz from ODU. Dude never had a quarterback ever. He's got big size. I'm a big Darnell Washington fan. I'd love to see him added, to help on our run game. And, how often do you find a fucking tight end that size? I think he'd be an awesome addition. Carlton Marshall from Troy.
Yeah.
A little bit undersized guy, but, a couple-time defensive player of the year. Is just a nonstop motor, dude. He gets after it.
I bet he does.
I'm a huge fan of both those cats. And then we get back into what I was saying the other day, and me being a Marshall guy, Abraham Beauplan, undersized linebacker, could be used off the edge too. Late round guy. And then you got to close it out with my man Gilly, like little Gilmore again. There's 4 or 5 guys, man, all positions in need for the Cowboys, and all could be home runs, man. You got quality football players. I know we kind of, taking guys from small schools kind of hurt us lately with what's the wide receiver from South with Jalen.
Jalen. It's funny because they don't normally take small school guys, and he went away from that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we steer away from them. But like I said, sometimes you can find developed football players. You're not drafting just off talent. You're drafting off, kind of like what you said, Voch. Kind of how like you're a big floor guy. I like big floor guys. I like guys that can actually play.
Yeah.
It's important to find high ceiling guys and guys you can develop, especially on defense. Now that you got, now with the Magic Man on defense back, he can really develop and help those guys. But just maybe keep an eye out for those small school guys. But I appreciate it, Voch. You take care, baby.
Appreciate you, my guy, man. Fantastic call. You know what I mean? I don't really get into the little bitty school guys because I just don't have the film on them. But if the Cowboys happen to get them, then we'll be watching film on those guys. So appreciate you, Ace. Good call, man.
I take care of you, baby, on them small school guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy.
It gives me Matthew McConaughey vibes.
Yeah.
All right.
I understand what he's saying.
All right, baby.
I understand what he's saying, but this is the internet. This is the internet. Oh man, content.
Is he from Texas?
Got to. I hope so. Got to be.
Yeah.
Probably so. Most likely.
Man, he knows small school guys though.
Yeah, him and Marv, man. I bet they have a conversation all day. But I ain't never heard none of them gentlemen. But that's just me. What's up, Danny?
Good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky.
What's up, bro?
Voch, if the kid Mike Morris, that kid looks like a straight killer. He looks like a debt collector. You do not want him knocking on your door.
I agree. Mike Morris from Michigan.
Guy
Edge guy.
okay. You want first off the bus.
Yeah.
But the knock on him is a big lack of production.
Sure.
Maybe the light will come on in the NFL, or maybe I believe you said maybe slide him inside a little bit. But if you look at him, you're like, yeah, I'm picking him. If you went on looks, he's a first rounder.
Right.
He's like probably if you went on looks.
Right. Who
do you have higher though, Mike Morris or Zach Harrison from Ohio State?
I forgot to talk about Zach Harrison. Sure. Appreciate you. This is my thing about Harrison, man. I think Harrison, we watched him versus Jalen Duncan. It was Ohio State versus Maryland or whatever, right? And I do feel like Harrison has traits that can make it hard for him to block, and Duncan dealt with him for the most part. But once Harrison got going in that fourth quarter, and he got the back-to-back sacks, and he really started building up pressure on Duncan. Hey, Harrison shows you some pretty good things there, and if he can use his length and his height, and he can be a consistent bend guy, then Harrison can be cool for you. Now he's a guy. Yeah. He's a guy that PFF don't have ranked too high. PFF got him. I ain't even got him on my list here, but I think PFF had him a little bit low. I think he could be ranked higher than some of these other guys. Yeah, PFF got him ranked at 120. I think Zach Harrison should be probably a little higher than that. I think some team maybe in the fourth round, maybe late third, will be looking at him possibly.
He's a really good run defender.
Mm-hmm.
Bats a lot of passes, but like you said, the pass rush could be a little bit bigger. But traits wise, yes. I'm laying the plane. I'm just going to ask one question because I know you're the O-line guru. Avila, do you think he has a little Will Hernandez in him, 2.0? And I'm going to end the conversation on that. Great Great show as always. But that's my question to you.
Appreciate you. I don't think they're the same player. I think Will Hernandez was more of a stocky, no neck phone booth fighter. You know, his technique didn't always shine through, but what we did notice was like the physicality of him and whatnot. And I think he was a better run player than pass blocker. Avila is a really good pass blocker and movement dude. He has some really solid technique. I just don't see Steve Avila being as powerful as some of the other guys in his class.
Voch, I think, and I'd be speaking for Danny, because there's no way Danny could be comparing their style, right? Because they're complete opposites. I wonder if he's saying like the final product of Will Hernandez, what we know now is that bit of a bust a bit.
Like you like him in college, but they go to the league and it doesn't work out. For sure.
Like it kind of got some fanfare and some, top guard talk, and then he gets to the league and it's kind of a bit of a disappointment. So I'm wondering if he's saying, do you believe that Avila could be a disappointment?
Yeah. But the type of player, like when Will was coming out of UTEP, I think it was UTEP or UTSA, one of them. It was UTEP probably. But Will, when he was coming, it was definitely El Paso. When he was coming out of UTEP, he's a totally different dude than, you know what I'm saying, TCU Steve. So no. I don't think that they're similar. But if you're talking about career trajectory or whatever, then it could be a thing. I mean, any of these guards can be good or bad. You know, it just depends on them. It's just our job to watch the film.
I think whoever, and then again, we're going back to Cowboys. I know it's all 32. Whoever the Cowboys draft at guard does have a bit of an advantage. I think they'll have an advantage. I mean, stepping into an offense that I think will be solid, offensive line that's going to be solid, already has guys and Hall of Famers that can help him out. That helps.
Well, see, Will, that was what we was also saying about Hernandez, because Hernandez was supposed to be the move on from Ron Leary guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Tyron and Zach and all those guys. We was going to the movies with him and shit. You remember that? And Hernandez was supposed to be the next guard for us. Hernandez, yeah, I remember that. Yes, sir. And
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Will Hernandez.
Cowboys never drafted Will Hernandez.
No. I'm saying like when he was coming out in the draft.
Right.
Like he ended up being a Giant or whatever, but when he was coming out in the draft, I was a fan of him. And we was watching, we was like, hey, Hernandez can come be a guard for us. Right. And that was the talking point around it. Like, hey, Hernandez can just fit in with these guys. Right. But if he goes to the Giants, like I guess he got to just be a better dude at the Giants offensive line.
Okay, now
but when he has Tyron and Travis at the time, but when he has Tyron and Travis, like, boy, like this would be a good fit for him. So if that's what you're saying about Avila, for sure.
Yeah, any of these guards. Any guard that the Cowboys draft, Mamafi, Zavala, whatever, any of these, Island boys or whoever it is, they're going to have an upper hand, I think, because you already got a solid foundation and a guy in Mike Solari who's been around this league and been successful.
Yep. Fantastic. Plus, anybody playing next to Tyler Smith gonna love that. They're gonna love combo, man.
Yeah.
Super. I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Hernandez was definitely riding around in a private jet and eating at Jerry House and shit, man. That was they wanted some Will Hernandez, bro. I was with him. I wonder, was Hernandez just a bad? I don't think he was a bad pick. But I wonder what circumstances led to him not working out in the league. Was it coaching?
I mean, he's still around. I think what was Will round one?
Will Hernandez,
two.
Second, I believe.
I think it's more of a not living up to expectations. I don't think Will Hernandez has been a flat out bust, but he didn't live up to those. Now, one thing he did live up to is he fights your ass.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He will.
He lived up to that.
All right, let's get into this, man. Let's do these soup. On the volume side, appreciate y'all today on this 4th. DJ said, since Voch is media now, I just tried to call in and it asked me for my credit card. Oh, man. That's false, man.
Man, there's going to be a time we might not be able to do these lines, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, man, we're going to be, McAfee and them don't be taking calls, you know what I'm saying?
Not every day, every once in a while.
Oh, they do? Okay, cool.
Yes, you have to look up the one where the kid called in. Just Google Boston Connor. And it was hilarious, man.
Okay, well, shit, my bad. Guillotine 06 drop 5. It says, I need you to clarify these prospects as going to jail, hump the chair, going to Golden Corral, going to Sizzler, and guys. So going to jail, guys. Boy, like
Jalen for you.
Man, if Jalen, I'm going to jail. So the whole going to jail thing, right? That's if I'm going to go out to some restaurant, lose my mind, stand on some table, screaming, hollering, that they're gonna have no other choice but to call the authorities on me.
That's
right?
probably it for me.
I love Will McDonald. I ain't going to jail for Will McDonald. I love Nolan Smith, but I ain't going to jail for Nolan Smith. I'll hump the chair for Nolan Smith. I ain't going to jail for him. Jalen Carter. Yeah, pause, my bad. Jalen Carter, you're going to have to put handcuffs on me and drag me out of wherever I'm at. It's going to have to happen. That dude gets to Dallas, I'm going crazy. Also, Diggy Zua, love your partner, but you edge two. I mean, you tackle two now. Kidding me? Hump the chair guy, I'm just genuinely excited. Bijan, maybe. I'll be excited for Will McDonald. I'll be super excited for Will McDonald. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I can get a little fist pump, hump the chair. Pause for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Going to Golden Corral is just like typical happiness that I don't think is gonna happen, but it's just genuine, just general happiness. You know what I mean? Probably a little less than that. You know, like hey, we can get. I don't know, like DeJuan Jones or something, and I'll take y'all to Golden Corral. You know what I'm saying? Like DeJuan Jones is tackle one. I don't think Cowboy he's offensive lineman. He's tackle one for me. I don't think the Cowboys like him. So if I get that surprise, I'm like, damn, a surprise. Cool, we going to jail. I don't do going to Sizzler. And oh no is nigga Osiris. Osiris at 26 in particular though, right? If we get Osiris at like 58, I can live with that. But Osiris at 26, and I think he might be the only one. I think he might be the only one.
I don't know that I know it, but if we take Michael Myers, you're like,
yeah, I'm knowing Mike Myers at 20.
Like, are we doing this shit?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. Look, I'd rather take if we gonna go. I'd rather take Kincaid if you going. Yeah.
And look, Kincaid. I wouldn't want Kincaid.
I don't want him either, but
I ain't going because that's a good player still.
Yeah.
Will Steele. What if the Cowboys trade up to 10th overall to take Bijan Robinson?
I'm gonna just block out everything that they traded for and just think about the next 3 years.
Nigga, I'm old. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Trade up to 10.
I'm happy for Bijan though. I'd be happy for Bijan though. But man, y'all ain't just watch the damn Mafia film, man. We need all these picks, man. I'm finding y'all studs in the later rounds, man.
All I can do, man, is
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, man, we got Bijan Robinson, y'all. We traded 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027 first round pick, but we got Bijan Robinson, y'all.
Yeah. And look, and it's not always two like first round picks. Like if Jahmyr Gibbs falls to 58, oh sir. I'm gonna hump this chair if he falls to 58. Taking him at 26, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty easy to feel. It's pretty easy to figure out. Brother L says, appreciate you, sir. He dropped a deuce and says, say media mogul watch. What kind of watch is that? Actually, I sent Will Steele one of these for his birthday.
Your boy rocking it right now.
Yeah, the band probably different.
Yeah, band.
But this is a Seagull 1963.
I think it's the same exact one.
Yeah, it is. It's champagne colored. And what I like about it the most is I love exhibition casebacks on automatic watches.
I know. It ain't trying to zoom for me.
Yes,
the back is dope.
Yeah. This why so look, this is not battery operated. This runs off movement and like energy or whatever the fuck it does or whatever, right? So I ain't got to change batteries on it.
Energy or whatever the fuck it is.
Or whatever the fuck it is. That shit saps my life energy to keep the clock going. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite thing about
this watch,
for sure. My favorite thing about it is the champagne colored dial and the movement on the back. And I just I put a different band on there because it had like a NATO band, and I like to put clasps on my watches so I ain't gotta pause, like put them through a hole and pin them and shit. You know what I mean? I like to do it like that. So appreciate you, L. One day I would love to do a watch breakdown because I got a new box and everything. Will still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This bitch heavy now. This bitch heavy. I would love to do a watch breakdown and just talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm into watches and I'm obsessing. I got 6 watches coming to fill these up. So I would love to do that one day. So appreciate you, L, for asking.
And when he sent me the watch, he sent me a kit. That's how thorough he is, man. Like I was a watchmaker.
I'm thorough.
The whole kit, man, came with. I feel like shit. I'm about to go build me a watch.
I sent this motherfucker tools.
Yeah,
and then I text him 3 YouTube videos. I said, look, watch this so you know what to do.
Yeah, man. I had to look up what does a horologist do? Like,
what this mean? Does this take my energy to work? But shit. But hey, Will, my guy, man. Will, my guy. Love Will. And Will,
fan. Late too, fan.
Like when I was getting into watches, Will was like, oh shit, I'm into watches. And we bonded over watches and shit. So
yeah, it was crazy because look, I thought I was into watches. I showed you my I think I had like a 5 set. This motherfucker here pulled out drawers full of watches and was like, oh yeah, man. I get a little obsessive. A little.
I do, man. My bad.
Some nice ass watches though.
Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna break them down on Twitch one day. Let's get into the Voch side, the Super Zone Voch side. Appreciate y'all. True Believer says he dropped a 5. He says, in my rock voice. That's hilarious. Finally, Voch has shown up to the show. Because we be late to the
Yeah, and I saw L was like, I'm pinning this on Sky. But we were having an amazing conversation back there that we hope we're able to translate it here soon.
If it happens in real life, boy.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
both things, right? The first one could happen and just happen, and he won't be here. But if he's here,
boy, I'm going to jail and humping the chair. Smoke one for you. He dropped the deuce and says, I'm telling y'all, sleepy tight end.
Sleeper tight end. Josh is a Wiley.
Okay, sleeper. Sleeper tight end. Josh Wiley is a Kelsey type. Hey, I'll be watching tight ends a little bit more, but boy, tight ends born.
King Wood says, Sky got a Ben Franklin pocket watch. Let me tell you something right now. Okay, pocket watches are dope.
I love pocket
watches is the shit, fam.
That shit fire, bro. I'm thinking about getting me a pocket watch. Hey, y'all, or just turning one of these into a pocket watch. But
people on no pocket watches now.
Yeah. But that's because we old men though. And then John Mayberry drop 5 says Voch, Darnell Washington tight end, Tyler at left tackle, Mafia at left guard, and move things.
Yes,
best left side in the NFL. That's madness, sir.
That's why I like if you take Mafia at 4 or even 3, I would not throw a fit, bro.
Yeah,
definitely 4, but 3, I'm like, cool. We need it. I make sense of it. Remove your emotions where you think he should go and make sense of it. They're going to move people. Yeah. Like Tyler and him are going to move people as he's developing. I'll take it all day.
And also too, I don't think you can get too cute with value because if the player gets to your team and he's a good player, it don't matter anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like if Mafia ends up being like the piece that keeps the front of the pocket clean and everything's cool, you wouldn't worry about taking a 3rd round pick on. Like if he's a good player, hey, we spent a 3rd round pick on Mafia. You know what I'm saying? We got because look, appreciate you, Danny. Ron Leary was an undrafted guy. Yep. If somebody told you that you drafted Ron Leary in the 2nd round, that's still good value for him because of what he ended up being.
And he had the knee issues. So I wonder if he would have been a 4th round guy if he didn't have those degenerative knees.
Sure. Jimmy O drop 5 says the Cowboys view one offensive lineman in this year's draft class to be A+, more to be a more athletic Ron Leary, James Slater, Avila, or Mafia. Who you picking? Oh, James Slater says that the Cowboys. James Slater.
I can't tell if he's saying a more athletic Ron Leary. James Slater said it, or he's saying who you picking, James Slater, Avila, or Mafia.
Well, out of those 3, I'm picking James. But if James said that quote, and the Cowboys have told her that they think he's a more athletic Ron Leary, I think that's crazy, but I do think that's some high praise.
But who? Okay, that's what he said. So the Cowboys are saying
Avila.
this was said, but who do you? So you're saying it was Avila?
Wait, time out. They view one offensive lineman in this year's draft as a more athletic Ron Leary.
Not probably Avila.
But Avila ain't fucking Ron Leary though. But
no, and that's what's weird because the athlete part sounds like Avila. The
So
Ron Leary part
Leary-
sounds like Mafi.
the athletic Ron Leary is Broderick Jones, and he won't be in our range.
Well, I'm saying of these two, I'm guessing if who's this? Jimmy? Is Jimmy saying Avila or Mafi? I don't think either one would be athletic Ron Leary.
Let's go find James Slater. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's go find
Kyle with a bar.
Let's see what he said.
He said pocket watches are dope, but pocket watching is whack.
Hold on, bro. I got you, sir. Hold on. I got you. There you go. Ain't no problem.
El said, when is this guy gonna get on Twitch and play the game of life or bones with a do-rag and a black? I had my do-rag on for the round table.
So apparently Jane must said this a while ago because she ain't said nothing recent. The last thing she put was that Kellen Moore tweet. So there we go.
Well, she might have said it on air or something.
Yeah, on air. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's get into it. Where Marcus Harrison at? I saw him earlier. Let me scroll down and get to him. Well, Marcus Harrison, if you copy and pasting, you can just go ahead and throw it in there. Boy, Mark, I feel like I just saw him, boy. He wasn't even. Yeah, Marcus, go ahead and repost it, man. I don't even, because I saw you in there, but I don't even see. Let me come over here. Sick of this.
We'll just use Kyle's.
Oh, here we go. I was
about to say, we'll use Kyle's quote.
Yeah. Okay. We're still ready to go. Brumley! Land of flag. Okay, cool. Marcus Harrison dropped 2 of them. And I actually know this first quote. And it is a banger from beloved John Henry Clark by way of Marcus Harrison. So here we go. Marcus Harrison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele, honestly. For real.
Can't even find it.
It's cool. At the volume, I debate my equals. All others,
there it is.
I teach. Come on, Will Steele. Drop it.
I got you, brother. I got you, man.
I debate my equals. But everybody else, I teach. Come on, man. Live your best life and don't go back and forth with these Negans. I love he just dropped John Henry Clark, then dropped. He also says, when a hero stumbles, cowards rejoice. Nothing feels the picture. When a hero stumbles, cowards rejoice. Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall. Oof. Continue to be brave. Come on, Will Steele. Continue to be brave, gentlemen.
Man, there's so many different ways you can look at that and correlate it to just sports and opinions and certain people. Yeah.
Drake said this. At the volume. He says, they scream my failures and they whisper my accomplishments. A Verb says, when you in the game playing, those on the bench hate watching. It all applies.
Yep.
It all applies, man. Fantastic. King Element says that second quote goes crazy. Man, the first quote goes crazy, King Element. Don't do me like that, sir. Don't do John Henry Clark like that, sir. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to pieces. Thank y'all so much for coming through. This has been an amazing show, like always, man. Be sure to hit the volumes likes, the volumes subs, the volumes social media pages. Hit the follow on those. Be sure to follow me on my social medias, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. My Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi is where we watch the film as a whole. Then you can find me on Twitch, which is my non-football platform, twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We're playing Sifu We're doing React Packs curated by Brother L. He's doing a great job, and we may have a comedy day coming up soon. And we got a fight coming up. Israel Adesanya is going to be fighting, so we may be doing some UFC stuff up in there. Some martial arts breakdown, some little dojo stuff in there. We might be doing that, so stay tuned. The best in the business, my point guard Will Steele at Skywalker Steele, Steele, and you can check him out on A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. Appreciate you, sir. As for the rest of y'all hooligans, y'all hold down with the dose who was the peace squeeze. Until next time. Volume.
Are you not entertained?
Beats Planet.
Are you not entertained?
Like, why are you shaking?
I was wondering why you was shaking. You need some sugar?
I almost said something got me started.
I think I already know.
Yeah.
Slaterade. You need some Slater? No, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have her on here.
The blood sugar.